Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Yassr Abdelrahman. I'm an engineer, civil engineer from University of Khartoum, and I did my master's degree in construction management in the United States. And from there, I studied in the oil sector for almost more than 15 years. And now I'm doing my PhD on blockchain technology and particularly smart contracts. Blockchain technology is a new technology and expected to be visible in another 10 to 15 years coming. Now in the trial version of it in Europe, but it deals with the word itself. It comes from block and chain. So block, whatever process or activity being done, it's stored in a block. This block cannot be changed, cannot be reversed, and at the same time it chained to the other blocks. That's why it's called blockchain. But it is a decentralized activity for purchasing, for logistics, for lots of activity. Even it goes to economics, law, and all these sort of activities. Okay, just like I have two examples right now, yesterday and last week. One of them, I'll just talk about these two because I practice them. One is trying to purchase a car. And purchasing a car here is really time consuming because you need to go to the bank, take the loan, and even if you want to take the loan, they ask you about lots of certificates, and they need your bank account, your balance. They need to put deposit against the first payment, and it's all to do with trust. With blockchain, this is already inside the block. Your identity is already addressed inside the block, and you've been given a certified and authenticated number, which you can just put this number. It will give the whole history about yourself. So the trust is there. So it's just like dealing with somebody you trust is different than dealing with somebody you don't trust. It takes lots of time to ask about this person, about his capability, about his address, about his previous activity, previous loans, all this. But in the blockchain, whenever I put my authenticated number, or they say it as a key, blockchain key, then they know the whole history that I'm capable of buying this car. I have previously have some cases where I succeeded to purchase this car. So it's easy for the bank or easy for the blockchain itself to identify you and to easy the process of the payment for the car, to purchase the car.
So it serves as a trust system.
Yeah, exactly. Blockchain is actually the main areas is trust, the security of the system, and the information, and unchangeable. This is the four main criteria of the blockchain, where everybody is trying to use these four criteria in a different way. Okay, this is I started actually my PhD in local content in oil sector. And after like almost 6 months from my PhD, I read about blockchain. And then I said, this is the future. Local content is already past. You need to focus on the future. So I changed my whole thesis to blockchain and smart contracts because I can see the future in this. And really, after 1 or 2 months from my reading on blockchain, I was being giving a chance to give a conference in China on blockchain and in the oil sector. So really everybody knows you. There's also there's a chain of relationship inside the blockchain where everybody have to contribute to make this blockchain to be realized. Okay, blockchain and oil, until the month August, I was the vice president of Greater Nile Petroleum, and I can realize the need of blockchain especially in the facility and construction, where the trust between you and the contractor should be there, because oil cannot wait until payment is being done or contractor to utilize his material or advance payment is being given. I don't want to go in details on how it is implemented in the oil sector, but I can tell you that once there's a trust between the client or Greater Nile or whatever owner of this oil field and the contractors, and there's a confidentiality, then things will move much faster than it should be. I don't think there is, not yet. It's not been, till now it's only, you can find blockchain in something which can be, there's no future, what do you call it? It doesn't rely on future. So something so in construction, usually when you start construction, sometimes you need to make some changes. Blockchain can also accommodate the changes. But when you look, you might change the whole concept. When you start construction and say a building, and then you dig down, you found it's a rocky place or a muddy, then you need to change the places. This all cannot be, until now, cannot be done through blockchain. It need to have lots of advanced researches, and because they're not thinking about future yet. That's why I say sometimes it is not smart contract yet. It is a contract, digital contract, but it's not smart enough to look at the future, where I wanted to accommodate everything I need for digitalizing the contract to be in the blockchain. Bitcoins is just a type of cryptocurrency working in the platform of blockchain. Other than Bitcoin is well known just because it's the first cryptocurrency. But now I think it's more than 1,000 type of cryptocurrency available. And one of the things, sadly, I knew that Bitcoins has been hacked. So people start losing the trust in Bitcoins. But everything can start and rectified for the trust in a way like blockchain use a network not centralized like the bank. The bank, you have a central area where transaction is being done on it. So if this one is hacked, then the whole trust will disappear. But in blockchain, there's no central. It's about, say, for instance, 10 networks of nodes, we call it nodes, like advanced computers. If you want to change any action or activities being done, you need to change the whole networks at the same time. So it's really difficult if one computer here, the other one in Egypt, the other one in Brazil, you cannot change the whole in the same time. And if you start changing one by one, once you change the first network, the other network will realize that you have made some changes which is not lawful, and you need to rectify and then avoid it, and then so it's not easy to be hacked. That's why they trusted. To give an example of the trustee, how you trust a machine or a person, it's just like a vending machine. Blockchain, you can just describe it as a vending machine where you put your money and you get whatever, say a Pepsi or a cola or something. When you put it, you trust this machine. If you put this amount and then you press D1 or B1, then according to what's been labeled, you'll get there's a trust, although it's a machine, but you trust it more than giving somebody an amount of money, say, please give me a Coke or a Pepsi. So this is how blockchain, there is a trust because there's a system, secure system, embedded in a platform where you can use freely and trustful. Okay, I think everybody should get the awareness of blockchain because this is a trend worldwide. And of course, when I say worldwide, it's going to come to the sources, with a majority of the still undeveloped sources is in Africa. And we have it a lot in Sudan, in agriculture, in cultivations, in minerals, and name it. So when you're looking for the source of these commodities, you need to understand the logic and the use of this new technology. And also the application here, although it's still early to be implemented in Sudan, but one example we just mentioned is land owners of land rights. Yeah, I'm talking about land rights. When here in Sudan, it's really we have a problem. You can purchase a land and you discover that it's been under another name after you purchase it, and lots of issues and debates in the court and outside the court, even in the family themselves. It's taking a large space. So using blockchain, you will securely know what the land area is, who owns this land, and who owned it even before, since being identified by the authenticated members. Say for 10, they sit down, put this lands one by one in a blockchain, then it's really difficult for anybody to alter or change or transfer without the authenticated person who owns this land. To understand this technology, because they have to one day, once it's been used outside and implemented and approved, then it will come, just like all other technologies. Even like mobiles, computers, even WhatsApp and Facebook is all been started and then implemented. There's lots of websites with regard to blockchain, and the beauty of it is all free webinars in Zoom, so you can just go inside and because lots of money is being funded to let everybody get this awareness of what's the new era, what's the new technology in the coming years, and everybody needs to prepare for it. And I think nowadays the good thing about Corona is that it's pushing this technology to come very quick. So everybody, like now, we're using technology of videos, Zoom, and all this to get this awareness spread. While before we used to call everybody in a hall say 50, and we are very happy to have 50 persons on this hall. But actually, when you use Zoom, you spread it more easily and for lots of people. So this type of technology, I think Corona is pushing it to be much quicker, and I think this is a catalyst for implementing the blockchain faster. Blockchain for me is everything nowadays. I'm focusing on blockchain, and even I've changed my work, and I call it blockchain also. So I think blockchain is in the health sector now. It's been implemented in logistics, in banks. So wherever you go, you found this blockchain. So for everybody, I say it doesn't require an engineer, it doesn't require an architect, it doesn't require accounting, business, politician. You'll find it everywhere because it's linked to everybody of us. That's